Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Congratulations on making it through to the end of week 2. Almost. Tomorrow we've got a nice conditioning session. That'll be released on the app at midday today and then Sunday off. But before we get to that, let's look at today. For the warm-up, we have 3 rounds of 30 star jumps followed by 10 plank transitions. Okay, star jumps, we all know those. 30 of those. Plank transitions, not done those on the home workouts yet. We're just going to start in a full plank position, straight arms, and then go down to the elbow plank position and back up. That's going to be 1 rep. Feet together for a slight challenge, a bit further apart for a bit more stability, make it easier, okay, and get the weight over the hands to make that harder still. 1, 2. Okay, guys, so 10 of those, like I say, then you're back to the star jumps for round 2. Okay, guys, hopefully you're nice and warm now from that warm up. Of course, if you need to do any extra rehab, prehab, or mobility work for your own requirements, make sure that's done as well. Otherwise, let's move on and look at the main workout today. We've got a 20-minute AMRAP. AMRAP standing for as many reps as possible. So we're going to go hard. We're going to keep burning through this movement of 2 moves today and get as many rounds and reps of them as possible within that 20 minutes. Those of you not so familiar with doing these, guys, make sure you've got something to track your rounds as you're going, okay? So if you think you're going to count in the head, it's highly unlikely. I mean, you might do, but what normally happens when you get tired, especially over 20 minutes, is you'll just start forgetting what round you're on. So I know it's a lot of you have got whiteboards at home, super handy in the kitchen or something maybe. Every time you finish a round, put a little mark down and then you can count back again 20 minutes. Bit of chalk on the floor. If you've got kids sitting around, why not get them to help, get them to join in even. A little bit of put a mark on with a pen on a bit of paper, something like that. Okay, guys, so the movement is just a simple couplet today. We've got 15 push press each side, okay? The weight today, RX is standard CrossFit, 22.5 kg for the boys, 15 kg for the girls, okay? Most of you have got weight now. I appreciate some are going to have to go RX plus and go heavier because that's all you've got. Some of you are going to have to drop and go with a lighter weight. That's fine. If as a result of that you want to increase or decrease the reps, that might be a good idea. So if you're going over 22.5 or 15 for the male, female, then maybe just do 10 per arm. And if you're going lighter, quite a bit lighter, and it feels really light because that's all you've got, then maybe increase to 20 per arm. If you've got no weight at all, guys, then you know the water bottles are going to be better than nothing. Otherwise, maybe a brick lying around in a garden gnome, anything. I don't know, just some weight. It doesn't have to be super heavy. Like I say, just increase the reps. So let's have a look at that first movement. Push press. We need to get the weight up to the shoulder. We're going to bend the knees, keeping the torso nice and upright, and then finish off by pressing the weight overhead. Okay, once done 15 on that arm, we're going to change arms. That's those done. After the push press, we're on to double unders today. First time we chucked these in the home workouts so far. So double under just means the rope's got to pass under the feet twice per jump, and we're looking to do 75 of those. All right, guys, if you don't have your double under, just single unders are fine. Except we're going to double the reps. So instead of doing 75 double unders, you do 150 single unders. If you're playing with bridging the gap between the two, a couple of options are single, single, double. So every third jump, you try and do a double under. Okay, so single, single, double. And you can string those together. If you're doing those, go somewhere between that 75 to 150 number, okay? At least 75, but single, single, double would be 3. Or, like I say, if you're finding them really easy, then get closer to 150. I'll let you manage that. The other option to practice the timing is to do the jumping, especially if you don't have a rope. It's quite a nice option as well, and just go for the double tap. So every time we jump in the air, we double tap to simulate the flick of the wrist twice, okay? That might seem, hopefully it doesn't seem too lame and you're into all this, but that might seem a little bit like pointless. It's really not, guys. One of the biggest things in getting those double unders is understanding the rhythm and your body understanding the rhythm subconsciously. And that is a really nice way to teach the body rhythm. So whilst the feet jump at one speed, the hands have to work at twice the speed. And that's a great way of learning it without the rope. You'll still get good workout in. It's making me breathe, just demoing that on the spot. Anyway, that's it. Once you've done your skipping variations of whatever you're on, back to the push press for round 2. Make sure you keep a note. 20-minute AMRAP should be gassy, okay? Going to be hot, going to be sweaty afterwards. Enjoy it. Add your results afterwards. All right, guys. Main workout done. Onto our accessory for the day, the core. I don't know about you guys. If you've been doing these enough, you should be finding your core's getting pretty tight now. Genuinely, my obliques are starting to get really firm here. I'm getting a bit more definition on the belly just from doing this core accessory work every day. So again, something I wouldn't normally do in the gym a lot because the core gets worked out quite well with a lot of the heavy overhead weights. But we're at home, we're getting a chance to concentrate on this. Yeah, it's nice to see the benefits. Okay, so format for the accessory work today, working on smashing that core again, is just 25 hollow rocks. Okay, so our hollow position tells us our lower back needs to be in the floor at all times. If at any point we do this and the lower back lifts, we need to stop there and go back to the easier version before where we're able to keep that on the floor, okay? And the easiest version of that is knees tucked in and arms down here on the chest or down here, okay? If you can progress that without the back lifting, you can take a leg out at a time. You can take arms overhead, arm overhead and one leg, or both legs and arms. Okay, if you can do a version of that with the lower back staying on the floor, that's your version. Like I say, if at any point you go to progress that, the back lifts, just go back to the previous version. Once you're in your position that you can hold, we're going to go for a rock movement. Okay, so these aren't big movements, okay, and we don't want to break position. We don't like chuck the legs up and then sit up. We want to stay in this rigid position. But we're just challenging holding. We're effectively holding a position still, but we're being challenged in that that static hold by having a little bit of movement, a little bit of oscillation, a bit like the waves going through the water. Okay, 25 of those, then a 2-minute rest, then repeat for a total of 3 rounds. All right, go smash it today, guys. All right, you've got to get these sessions in if you want to get the progress. Like I say, only one more day to go this week. Tomorrow, that's conditioning. That workout will be launched midday today. Looking forward to it. And then you've got Sunday off.